chillin', serial killing, pre-core villains on the mic, got you reeling. 5-star rated from the floor to the ceiling. If you catch a 1-star, no time for feelings. Got a demon DJ on the ones and twos, by the name Beelzebub, so don't get confused. So grab a seat by the fire, roast them all over two, and prepare to hear the legend of the straight chillin' crew.
What up, nerds, and welcome to another blissful episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name is Bob. I'll be your host for the evening. This is episode 542, recorded on Sunday, August 24th, 2025. Tonight, we're talking about another Patreon pick. This movie was chosen by the one, the only Logan. The movie is Bliss from 2019. Before we get into it, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from Washington, D.C., we got your boy, Ran Diesel. What's up?
This is your brain on drugs.
What's up, buddy?
Randy.
Getting in the spirit of things. Having a few tokes. It's going to be pretty great.
Give me the bowl.
You've never looked cooler to me in my life.
You know, I got to sell my artwork, baby, and this is how it gets done. This is how the biz operates. You got to know people. Those people got to turn you into a vampire, and then you got to,
you got to get high and wear sunglasses. You got to make your nut.
Oh, yeah, dude. No, you got to make your nut. The high-end sunglasses, that's just part of my daily routine. That's not part of the scheme.
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of making your nut, last but not least, calling in from Seoul, South Korea, we got your boy, Soju. What's up?
Oh, what up? It's your boy, Vlad Von Gogh, boys.
Oh, Vlad Von Gogh. I like
Vlad
that.
Von Gogh.
That's a weird stat.
Ongo Goblogian, the art collector. Charmed, I'm sure.
It always comes back to
bullshit derivative.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get there, baby. I'm not going to be on my A game with the bumps, but that one's going to make an appearance. You don't worry about that.
Oh, man. Randy, I want to sell my art to you. You look like you really know what you're doing.
Well, yeah.
This is one for the behind the scenes. Check us out, behind the scenes, YouTube. Randy looks cooler than you've ever known.
I assure you have never known that to be true. So that's a low bar to clear.
I think it's pretty high. Boys, we're talking about Bliss 2019. Big thanks, big shouts outs to Logan for picking this week's flick.
Hell yeah, dude.
Logan is, yes, I think applause are actually necessary because it seems like every movie Logan chooses is pretty solid. Remains to be seen tonight. We'll get to it, but thank you. Your average is very high, very high. Before we get to it, though, let's tackle a little bit of housekeeping real quick. Our September poll is currently posted on our Patreon website. If you guys support us at the $5 level or above, you get the chance to vote on a movie we're talking about this September. The theme for September is War on Satan. There's a war on Satan out there. You may or may not be aware of it. We're doing something about it. We're putting Satan back in September right where he belongs. We've had enough. The three movies you're voting between are Black Sabbath, Needful Things, and Trick or Treat.
Whoa, Bob.
Hail Satan, and have a lovely afternoon.
Have a lovely afternoon.
Are the subscribers helping me punish you, Bob? Have they been punishing you yet?
Make more small talk while I look it up.
We all know Bob's busy trying to get Satan behind him.
Get behind me, Satan.
Satan stays behind me. So we got there hasn't really been. We haven't. There's been slight changes, not much. So in last place, still Black Sabbath with only 10% of the vote.
Bob.
Ozzy's going to be crushed.
Second place, Trick or Treat with 43% of the vote.
Oh, man.
First
Ozzy's
place.
going to be crushed.
First place, Needful Things with 48%. of the
Whoa,
vote.
it's a tight race,
boy.
Bob.
Very tight.
But between Black Sabbath and Needful Things, since I'm stripping you of all your votes.
Splitting the metalhead vote right in twain.
In Mark Twain. Just
You want to help me punish Bob?
Splitting it in Clemens.
Head on over to Patreon. Change your vote.
If you want to punish Bob,
You want to punish Bob. If you really, this is your one chance to really get in there and
Oh,
punish
no.
Bob.
don't do it. Don't
Since
punish
Bob
me.
post the wrong movie for my choice.
Intentionally,
man.
too.
Intentionally. I know he did it on purpose.
It's not like Black Sunday and Black Sabbath are similar titles in any way whatsoever.
Not really.
They're so similar. They're so same director too. Come on.
S. You
They
see?
came out
I
like
thought you were talking about the movie Black Shits, which I always get when I mail.
vote for Black Shit. Write in Black.
I thought it was
Shits.
Black Sheep. I thought you wanted to watch
Oh,
Black Sheep.
I do.
Juice, what?
I want to watch.
Who's in the mood
I
for
want to
a
watch it.
early 90s political comedy?
Write in Black Shit.
S, what? S. It's the same as Sabbath. Sheep, Sabbath, right? I mean, it's the same.
It's the same director. They came out a year apart. It's basically the same movie. If you write it, if 3 people write in Black Sheep, we're just reviewing Black Sheep.
That's,
Just 3, huh?
3
I could
only.
be convinced that that's the greatest move we could make, personally.
Yeah, vote for whatever the fuck. We'll see what we're talking about in a couple weeks, I guess. We'll see. Who knows? Anybody's game. We're dropping minicasts every other Friday over on Patreon. We just dropped one where your boy Soju and myself are talking about the best horror movies released of the first half of the decade. That's out there for your ear holes now. It's really not even a minicast. It's like over an hour long. So check that out. Next up,
It's a bloated minicast.
it's bloated. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a proper minicast coming up next. Friday, August 29th. This one's coming from your boy Rand Diesel, talking about a little movie
That's
called
my sound effect.
Together.
Together. That's right. The Allison Brie, Dave Franco joint. I can't say the name Dave Franco without thinking about the roast of James Franco, where fucking Bill Hader came out on stage like as James Franco's like
Brother?
producer or something, and he's like, "Oh, who's this Dave Franco over here?" And he's doing this fucking insane act. He's like, it's like somebody made up a brother. It's like, "Oh, what's your brother's name?" "I don't know, Dave Franco." And that's all I can hear every time I think of the man.
I've not seen that. That sounds pretty funny.
It's fucking great. It's obviously much better than what I just did, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
You look like one of
That should
those
be a fun-
rap singers, Randy, you know?
one of them rapists.
That's what you look like. You're a rap singer, you know?
And an
Tell-
hour
Singer.
Tell me
I
about
swear
the
I heard your
Yabos.
mother say that to me about rappers before.
I was trying to reference Hocus Pocus. I guarantee my mom said that shit, though.
You do kind of look like Hocus Pocus.
You do. You really do. He's a rap
oh,
singer.
Max.
Yeah,
I
Max,
do like
yeah.
Yabos. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
What do you call him? Yabos? He's
I
crazy
call
about
them Yabos, of course.
Who doesn't
I
like
don't know.
Yabos?
Who
I mean,
does?
come on.
I think quite literally everybody likes
I
Yabos.
think so.
They at least like
No
them in the
matter
abstract,
what.
I think. You know, I don't know.
No matter what you're into Yabos.
I don't want to possess
Yabos.
any myself. Like I would love to get rid of my own personal Yabos, but aside from that, I love Yabos in the abstract. They're the best Yabos. The abstract Yabos.
The
The
abstract.
abstract Yabos.
The cubist Yabos, not so much. Not as big into that.
Damn.
You know, they just feel
Yeah.
like bags of sand when you grab them. It's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
It's great.
Well,
Anyway,
now, come on.
check out Together, dropping
talking about?
to August.
Turns out smoking on a vape
29th.
pen right before recording was a bad idea.
I'm the only sober one here. It is 8
You're gonna have to keep this train on its tracks, buddy.
Well, it's 8 a.m. in Korea. We're not Rand Diesel and myself. It's a respectable 7:20 p.m. on the eastern seaboard.
Here we go.
Just 2 hours before y'all's bedtime.
You're not wrong. Yeah, check out minicasts every other Friday on Patreon. They're great. That's all I got. You guys have anything
They're great.
you want to plug? They're great. They're great.
They're great.
We're selling cereal
what an endorsement. It goes great with your balanced breakfast.
We got rid of all those chemicals that make them bright, so they're safe to eat.
God.
You can eat them. You can eat them.
You can eat them.
You can eat 'em.
Hey, what's I got nothing to promote. Juice, how about you? How about you?
I'm clean.
All right, you're clean. Doubt it.
Squeaky.
His house is clean.
All right, let's get into the main event. We're talking about Bliss, and we're kicking it off with the back of the box.
What's on the back of the box?
Bob, I'm not sure if you had this box or not. You didn't throw one up at the beginning, so I guess not.
No, I don't own this one. Kind of regrettably, if I'm being real with you, because
Be real.
I guess you'll just have to order it live here on the cast. I guess that's what we're going to have to do.
It's a little expensive. Not like crazy, but...
Oh, that's nothing for you, Bob.
Bob go wrong, worrying his friends, sifting way too long through those Blu-ray bins, and it gets worse. He'll have no jet ski, wasting all his dough on those DVDs.
Back
Rob,
to you, Bob.
Rob, what do you think your rarest blue is? If you had to if you were just in the shit right now and you had to make some money and gonna sell a blue, what do you think? What's the most you could get for one?
I probably have probably a lot, really. The first thing that comes to mind is some of the older Arrow video releases, like when they started putting out like big box sets. I got like Reanimator and Bride of Reanimator, and those have been out of print for several years. So like at least $100 a piece, I would say.
Oh, no,
I wound up with
at least.
I have Bride of Reanimator from Arrow, I believe.
Dude, yeah, that's
that worth
some
something?
money. It's worth some money. Yeah.
Randy,
Oh,
you're
shit.
sitting on some gold,
I'm
blue
so
gold,
flush.
baby.
Yeah.
Blue gold.
And
We got the blue.
There's like random movies that just go out of print and you might not realize it. But like if you search eBay for, I don't even know. I would say like 40-year-old virgin, but that just got a re-release on 4K. But like it was worth a lot of money. Like there are certain random movies that just go out of print that'll be like not really special, but just kind of hard to find. And they'll sell for like $100. Easy.
Damn.
So
I gotta say that shit we recorded you doing for your bachelor party is probably worth something. I mean, to the right collector.
I would hope it's worth more than $100. I would hope.
Well,
But
I don't know, man. It's a buyer's
Getting
market.
that 4K re-release in, though, so the value drops.
Oh yeah, with all the behind the scenes interviews with everybody that was
my
there, and like
God.
I gotta tell you, my boy Bob, he's a real motherfucker.
My boy Bob,
he's
the
a real
old rusty
piece of
gutter.
shit. You won't fucking believe what I seen him do. We're talking about Bliss from 2019.
Are we?
We are. This, yeah, you can buy this on Blu-ray. Last I saw, it was like maybe $30 on eBay, but it is also streaming for free on Tubi, which is where I think probably all of us watched it, if I had to guess.
Sure.
Joe Begos wrote and directed this. He actually just had a new movie released to the theaters last weekend, Jimmy and Stiggs, which is the first theatrical release from the horror section, which is Eli Roth's new company. This is a movie that existed, and then they just acquired it, put it out in theaters. So Joe Begos, he's out there. He's still making movies. He's doing his thing. But we're talking about Bliss tonight from 2019. This is a runtime of 1 hour and 20 minutes. This is unrated, an unrated film. Stars Dora Madison, True Collins, Reese Wakefield, some other lovely folks. Plot synopsis brought to you by IMDb is as follows. A brilliant painter facing the worst creative block of her life turns to anything she can to complete her masterpiece, spiraling into a hallucinatory hellscape of drugs, sex, and murder in the sleazy underbelly of Los Angeles.
Little kids doing drugs, it turns my stomach.
I pity the fool. I do. Fellas, have we seen this movie before? Would you recommend folks check it out? Randoozy, kick us off.
Yeah, I had not seen this before. The only thing from this director I had seen was Bloody Christmas, which I think I liked more than the people I talked to about it. Anyway, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I wouldn't say I loved it, and I kind of feel that way about this one. I think this one is definitely worth a look. This guy's style lends itself to the story being told, which is always nice. So, or at least from what I can tell, and he seems like he has a pretty good knowledge of the subject matter of the sub communities that he's playing with. So yeah, I would recommend it. It's interesting. It's at least good for a lark. It's also mercifully short, which we have been desperate for a while.
Yeah, I think that's a Joe Begos staple. I think all of his movies are like 80 minutes, which, if you're into that, cool. All right, Juice, what about you?
I had never seen this film before, never heard of it, honestly. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe a loose recommend. It is pretty short. It's got a really grimy kind of style. It feels like a more accomplished, like if you're really into what Rob Zombie is doing, I think Joe Begos is like a successful version of that. It's not necessarily my style, but I feel like it's accomplished. Like I feel like it's successful where Rob Zombie is not. So
that's a smart comparison.
Yeah, if you like that kind of grimy metal punk rock kind of lower budget style of type of movie, then yeah, I think you'll dig on this. And I think there's like really good elements about it that we'll get into. It's not necessarily what I'm looking for, but I didn't have a bad time watching it necessarily, Bob, how about you? Had you ever seen this before?
I had not seen this before. I'd seen a handful of Joe Begos' movies, but not this one. VFW came out the exact same year as this, and I had seen that. Christmas, Bloody Christmas, and Jimmy and Stiggs I went to the theater to see. I will say, though, that this is my favorite of his movies that I have seen. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend it. This was kind of a nice surprise. His movies are very hit or miss, but this one I think is kind of him at his best, as far as I can tell. So yeah, if you're into like a weird take on a vampire movie, I would say definitely check this out. Nice and short at 80 minutes, so easy enough to digest. So yeah, I think it's worth your time. Check it out. Maybe medium to loose recommend.
Man, the ramp up there is
Are you having a stroke? I need to call an ambulance. Medium to loose.
It's real.
Bob, it's taking you a really long time to tell the same joke we tell every week for the past 6 months.
I'm building up to it. It's the anticipation. You gotta leave the audience
Nobody gives a fuck.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Childish, for putting me in my place.
oh yes.
As is per usual, watch it if you fucking want to, says the straight chilling crew. And we are going to be spoiling.
Noble.
With that hostility.
Yeah.
Watch it if you fucking want to.
Why the fuck are you asking
dare
me?
you? How dare you listen to our thoughts and opinions?
What are you asking me for? I'm just hosting a podcast about it.
Don't listen to my thoughts,
talking about
boys.
my
They'll lead
opinion.
you astray.
Don't. You'll regret it if you follow my train of thought. We're going to be spoiling the shit out of Bliss, and here comes your warning.
Spoiler warning.
Bobby's got himself a little giggle.
Bobby's just
Oh, man. It's a lot of words I got to read.
Oh boy.
A lot of words.
Staring down the barrel of a paragraph or two.
Short film.
I know. For some reason, I wrote way too many words.
That's what we say every week, Bob. Bob, hit us with that plot synopsis.
Okay. Here we go. There's a blast note.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Turning to the
Jesus Christ.
goddamn holy shit.
Our lead character, Desi, she's a visual artist. Randy, looking at you. She's struggling to finish the final painting for her upcoming gallery opening. She's romantically involved with a piece of shit dude named Clive. He's a bartender. Her rent is late. Her agent drops her because she can't finish her shit. She goes over to her friend Hadrian's house to buy some drugs and blow off some steam. She buys some Diablo, is what he calls it. It's a mixture of cocaine and DMT. We've all been there. We've all been there. She takes a bump, passes out for hours. She wakes up at a raucous party at Hadrian's house. She continues to party with some of her friends, including Courtney. Courtney introduces her to her love, Ronnie. They all have some sweaty, hot, bloody sex. She wakes up, slams her burrito, and starts painting in somewhat of a fugue state. We've all been there as well. She calls Clive. She says she doesn't quite remember what happened the night previous, but her painting's definitely going to be her masterpiece. Clive comes over. They bang. They go out to a bar. They meet Courtney and Ronnie. They do a bunch of cocaine. Then they introduce Desi to some record exec, hoping maybe she'll get hired for some visual work. Desi then runs over to the bathroom. She starts puking some blood. Courtney bites another girl in the neck in front of Desi, and they end up making out and dance all night. Desi wakes up yet again in front of her painting. Yeah, we have all been there. Desi wakes up in front of her painting the next morning, naked and bloody. She's done some more work on her painting, but yet again doesn't remember it. She then seemingly experiences some withdrawals. She calls Courtney to ask what kind of drugs she gave her, so maybe she can kick it. Clive comes over again. She's freaking out, and she explains she's blacked out for roughly 24 hours. He says it's due to the copious amount of drugs she's been doing. She goes back to Hadrian's to buy some more drugs. He agrees to sell her something, but a little bit weaker given her fucked up state. Some of his friends are over there. They get in a fight and accidentally break Hadrian's nose. The sight of blood activates Desi's hunger. She bites his finger off and drinks his blood. She then kills Hadrian and the 3 other dudes there. She goes home, does a bunch of Bliss to curb her thirst for blood, and begins painting to loud music. Her landlord comes in to tell her to turn it down. She stabs him in the eye with a paintbrush and drinks his blood. She goes to find Courtney to ask for help. Courtney sees blood on her mouth and says, "It's not something you can kick. This shit is for life." Clive comes over to the apartment again to see Desi. She starts puking some blood. He thinks she's overdosing and calls an ambulance. She bites his Achilles tendon.
Skip to the end.
Snaps his head off and drinks his blood. He starts crawling towards her and she grabs a gun, shoots him in the head. She runs into the bathroom and can hear him banging on the door. She shoots herself in the head, but heals quickly, opens up the door. Clive says, "You know what? I understand. You need a mate and you chose me." Courtney then shows up, stabs Clive through the heart with a stake, killing him. She says, "You must destroy the heart or else they just won't die." Courtney also scolds Desi for killing so indiscriminately because, you know what? There are rules. The two have a fight. Desi stabs Courtney in the heart and drinks her blood. Desi dances naked, covered in blood, and finishes her painting. She looks onto her finished work as
You know, we're living in a society.
a society. She looks upon her finished work as the sun rises and shines on her, causing her to explode. The camera then zooms into her finished work, which very much resembles the bloody fever dream she just experienced. Roll them credits. There you go.
It's a real bloodal affair.
It's a
The
bloodal
whole
affair.
thing.
A society.
hey. Oh, we're doing a podcast there. Oh, it's strong. Oh,
Wake
boys.
up. Grandma should put on makeup or whatever. Here we go.
What?
System of a Down. They're cool again, right?
Grandma?
Grandma put a little make. Yeah, that's like the lyric. Come on. Everybody
That
knows.
was
Everybody
Grab a
knows.
brush. That's what I always heard.
Grandma, she should put a little makeup. I just got the fade away to shake up.
Okay.
Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay,
Oh,
we don't
God.
have to. This isn't a System of a Down podcast. This is
Not
a horror
yet.
movie
Should be.
review podcast. We're talking about your boy Joe Begos. So this is shot on 12 millimeter. So
not
Joe
the lyric.
Begos has like a very specific sort of look to his movies that I dig. Like I really like how his movies look. It's got this like it's like a dive bar aesthetic, I think that's like the first thing that comes to mind when I watch his movies. They're like soaked in neon. They're like, they have that 12 millimeter grain. There's a sort of like gritty griminess to it. Like it's not zhuzhed up or in any way. And it just like reminds me of sitting in a dive bar when you're watching his movies. And I feel like that's kind of where he grew up. I think he's like very much like a punk rock metalhead kid. And I think that's kind of what he's pulling from aesthetically when he's making his movies. All of his movies kind of have that in common, though. And I really dig that aesthetic, though. I think his movies look great.
Well, I mean, he uses them to his benefit, I think, too.
Yeah.
Which is why I was like really trying to say like he captures that Rob Zombie feel, but in an accomplished way. Because like one way I was thinking about that kind of neon soaked idea, but where it works really well with like his like low budget kind of aesthetic too, is at the very end. In those like last couple scenes where Courtney is killed and her body has to melt and then kind of pop, and it's just so soaked in that red light that the effects are very obscured in a way, and and you can kind of get away with what you're doing with that kind of lighting. And then also too, where Desi is like dancing naked with the painting or whatever, and like the kind of quick shots that they use, but also again soaked in that kind of low light neon kind of effect. It's just he's able to use it to kind of cover up a lot of the things that like he lacks maybe budget for or whatever, and still make it look good and interesting and artistic. So I think
I would argue that it makes it better that they like in general. Like I don't know that a more costly effect in a lot of those cases would be as stylish as what we got. You can kind of see, like if you look hard enough, or you know enough about special effects or whatever, which just doesn't take much, but you can like kind of figure out how these things are done.
Producer Randy with his glasses on.
Doesn't take much.
We all fucking can do this in our sleep. Okay.
But yeah, like I think it elevates the material. I don't think that all I'm saying is I don't think a more costly effect would have been as impactful as what we got. It's not just concealing the edges. It's like feeding it. It's feeding the look to have it be just a little bit unreal. I
mean, you can have the greatest practical effect in the world, but if you don't know how to shoot it, it's going to look very, very lame. So to your point, I think he is shooting it in a way that honors the practical effect and also like gives the movie kind of his own feel, like his own stamp, his own style, kind of. Because like nobody really... I don't think makes movies that feel exactly like this. Like there are certain movies from the 80s that I think maybe in some ways feel like this, but like when you watch a Joe Begos movie, I feel like you're watching a Joe Begos movie. He definitely has a very distinct style, which is hard to come by.
He uses like what would be like the lighting and things like that. It's almost like 80s music video, or what you would like if somebody asked you to make an 80s pastiche. Like a lot of people would think of like this sort of lighting style with like bright colors coming from multiple angles and then like drenched in dark background. You know what I mean? Like that nightclub aesthetic or whatever. But it's also like gritty and kind of gross and modern. Yeah. Like so, like it's interesting. Like you can see not parallels, but you can see like other styles that this feeds from, but it forms its own identity. Like this again, the only the second movie I've seen from this guy. The other one was Christmas Bloody Christmas, which I enjoyed specifically because of the look of it. Even though and I think that this movie has a much greater claim to using that kind of aesthetic to tell the story at hand.
Yeah.
Totally.
So.
Yeah, I know he's doing a really good job too, because talking about how dirty it feels is it does. It's this I liked it better once the vampire thing was actually well established. But like for the longest time, we were just going back and forth, and we were just having like nights out and going to the bars and like taking a lot of drugs and stuff. But even like a lot of the like sex scenes, for instance, but I mean the drug scenes and stuff, it just looked all so very unappealing because he's just able to capture this dirtiness so well. Everything looks so unappealing to me, like going into that guy's house with these old dudes arguing and like passing around the gun and her
And
passing
Norm
out
is
on the
there.
floor and like throwing up in the bathroom, those, and like the scene where she comes down and you're so close to the musicians and there's just a couple like it all seems so authentic, but like I was like, I've been to places like this before, I've been here before, I know exactly what it feels like, and he's capturing it so well. It's so weird how he captures the authentic.
I thought he actually made it look better than reality. So like he like cleaned it up, honestly. It's kind of how I read it.
Kind of, but I don't know. I think he yes,
it's not
in a
like
style.
clean,
He cleans it up with style, but I feel like as somebody who's like been in
relief.
Yeah, as someone who's like been in those instances, I was like, wow, even in an artistic form, this still looks really unappealing to me now. Like I know what that feels like. And so I thought he captures the dirtiness really well.
I feel
somehow.
like, it's like in the when you're watching the movie, the way the rooms look, the way even when they're like just like driving through LA with the top down, like the people in this situation are what makes it nasty. Like I would love to be in that car. I wouldn't mind being in the drug dealer's house necessarily, but like the people there are what make it fucking gross. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of agree with that. Yeah, like because I've been in situations where I'm like in a kind of grimy house or whatever, a friend of a friend or whatever, but like these are not situations where people are fucking mainlining anything. This is like way more teetotally than that. And it's like, I don't know, like cooler heads. People are just chill and like able not to tweak out, basically. And that's the thing, is there's an element of danger because of the things these people are engaging with on a regular basis. And also it's from the perspective of somebody who's entrenched in that in that way of life. So when she's like walking by the band to go to the bathroom or whatever, like I've been in small like tiny little rooms like that watching tiny little bands play and loudly and fast and right in front of my fucking face, inches from me or whatever, but
Sweating
I'm not
all over you.
and I've experienced that and I've enjoyed that,
can
like,
be
for the right
amazing,
music
though.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I can deal with that.
Sweat
but
on me.
I'm not like stoned out of my fucking mind on some shit that is
Cocaine
making
and
me like
DMT.
see things or whatever. And that's with the lighting and the way she's dancing by or whatever. I've seen those people there, but I have not engaged in that myself, and I would not probably.
I do a little
that.
cocaine and DMT in the morning, just to get the gears.
While Grandma does her
rolling.
makeup.
Yeah.
While I'm watching Grandma put on her makeup.
That is not the lyric, by the way.
It is certainly not. It
Totally
not
the
the
lyric.
I
Are
looked
you
it up,
being
buddy. You're
serious
dead
right now?
fucking wrong.
That's 1,000% the lyric.
Well, you are
Every-
1,000% gonna eat that shit.
Everybody knows it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the performances are mostly pretty good here. So like,
I don't think that
I
they're
would
bad, but there's problems here. There's some overacting going on. I think there's. I oscillate on this a little bit. I go back and forth because some of it feels both authentic and inauthentic at the same time. And I'll tell you what I mean specifically. What I key in on is the amount of cursing, like the amount of like.
There's so many fucks.
I
in this
curse a
movie.
lot, but like it gets
Every
to the point of
word,
absurdity,
dude. Oh,
and it's like I kind of understand how people can fall into that, especially when they're like in distress or whatever. I get it. So part of me wants to forgive it and be like, yeah, okay, is somebody like freaking out or whatever, but it's not. It also doesn't quite feel real. Like it feels a little bit like absurd.
it is, to Justin's point, like closer to real than Rob Zombie would get, but still feels a little forced,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
why
trying that hard to be clever. That's the thing. It's like which is authentic.
Yeah.
Which the thing is I remember saying this. Did we cover Christmas by Christmas? Like, did we?
I think I
We
did a
talked
mini
about it, but I don't think we
cast on
covered it.
Really?
did you?
Because
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember us having some or I thought we had some conversation about in that movie.
Maybe what you've been
there's-
watching. Yeah.
Maybe.
No, but like in that movie, there's two. They work at like a bar together. Like a guy owns a bar and his bartender, who's a woman, and they're talking together, and they end up like talking about music or something. And they're walking. We're like, oh, I remember us having this conversation about. Where we're like, oh, it feels like authentic, but it's not necessarily interesting. So like I feel like part of this is the way that it's written as well, and that's why again I make the Rob Zombie comparison, because I think he wrote it in this way because again I think that you're right that this is the world that he lives in and he's writing kind of what he knows, combined with the idea that maybe these aren't super experienced actors and they're like kind of trying to pull off that element, but it's written in such a way that it feels a little amateur as well. Like, so I think it's a combination of all the things, and it's partly authentic, but at the same time, in that same way, it's like, it's not necessarily interesting or good, but it's like, is it the writing's fault? Is it the acting's fault? It's kind of like a little bit of both, you know?
I don't know that I agree wholly with that assessment. Bob, you go ahead and jump in.
I was gonna say I just fucking love Jeremy Gardner, and I'm stoked that he's in this movie. I think he's legitimately a good actor and does a good job. Dora Madison playing Desi rather. Like she really does carry this movie on her shoulder, and I think overall she does like a really, really good job. Some of the dialogue I think she's given is poor, and she does the best with it that she can, but like. If I was going to say anything, it would be like the dialogue would be would leave some room for improvement. I think the actors here are doing what they can with what they got, and I feel like pretty confident saying that based on like the 4 Begos movies I've seen, because the dialogue in this is like kind of on par with the other ones, and like. I don't know, like Jimmy and Stiggs, like having just watching that like last week, man, if you think they say fuck a lot in this movie, watch that one because it is literally every other word. It's like out of control.
Scenes where it was every other word in this one.
It's
too.
The whole movie. It's every other word. It's like crazy. I don't know. I kind of I'm giving the actors credit in this one personally. Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's split both credit and dings personally, just because I can't really make a determination of what's causing this. But all I know is that I watch this and it feels like, yes, I've known people that have spoken this way. Like I've known people that have spent stints of their time speaking this way. I have done this unintentionally.
You're
like,
very
unironically. Cool. I'm very
and well spoken.
You are
articulate.
Oh, you are.
But where was I going with that?
Bob's getting sentimental over there.
I love my boys. I just love my boys. I love my boys.
I'm being very distracted by the love-in that's happening. But I don't know. It just feels like it's the thing is, these are also archetypal characters in some way, but it's an archetype that we are not always around. But Begos, what's his name?
Yeah, Joe Begos. Yeah,
Joe Begos. He is like, it seems like people he knows that he would see as archetypes, and like some of them are like being fucking annoying. Like that's pretty par for the course. Somebody at the party is going to be loud and fucking annoying. Why not the person that's mainlighting this insane mix of cocaine and DMT? So like, I don't know. It is beneficial. It makes story sense. It makes kind of a reality sense, but somehow it still feels ridiculous because it's like when somebody does Valley Girl speak in front of you or whatever. You don't see that as authentic, but somewhere somebody does speak kind of like that. I mean, like somewhere somebody does say like that often. Yeah. Maybe in this very room.
What? What are you talking about?
Maybe we've received multiple complaints about it.
What?
But no, I've
never experienced this in my life.
Somewhere out there's somebody that sounds exactly like the Good Days. Like those voices come from somewhere.
I was thinking about the old guys sitting at the table, and that does feel kind of authentic in a way. Yeah. But at the same time, too, again, you're dealing with actors and you're capturing it through a camera. So there is this element of Or are they just
can't decide
amateur
how I feel about
actors? Or does the dialogue feel like I'm in a room
Probably
with
just
some,
yes.
you know, it's,
Yeah.
I think
it's a little of
both.
everything,
Yeah.
and I don't know what to do to fix it. I have no helpful suggestions for this problem. I kind of find it charming as a directorial. It's kind of like Kevin Smith, the way he or like Tarantino, the way they write dialogue or whatever. It's just like
They
a
just
personal
are
infusion that's they can't get around. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's why at the beginning I was saying it's more his style, and to the point where when Rob Zombie does it, it kind of takes me out of the film. It removes me. Whereas in this,
trying to be clever, and I don't like that about Rob Zombie. And
in this, it feels like it belongs.
It feels more authentic.
It feels like I'm in a place where I don't want to be, but it feels like I'm in that place.
A real place.
You know?
Yeah.
A real place.
Not a Rob Zombie place.
Feels like
not a Rob Zombie, but which is not
authentic,
a place.
Not a place.
but not a place that I'm super familiar with. So it's like hearing
Rob
an
Zombie's
accent that
more
you're
a
not
state
familiar
of
with.
mind.
And you think, wow, that guy sounds really interesting. Rob Zombie is more a state of mind. I agree.
But no, that's why I was saying it's his style, and it's kind of like a musical style where I'm like, okay, yeah, those people are doing what they do well, but I don't want to listen to it necessarily. But I could be like, oh, they're not just some trash musicians who are just barely making it through a song.
Yeah.
No, they're playing together. They're playing well. It's just not the music that I particularly want to listen to. And this is kind of that, except I do I mostly enjoy watching it. Even though it was short, though, the thing about this element in the style kind of like almost it does have a very punk rock kind of feel, because it feels very fast paced and kind of like brutal. It's like not letting up, and I felt myself being like kind of tired. I was just like, even though it's this 80-minute song, it feels like I'm having to get through it a lot of times because I was just exhausted of going to another place to do some more drugs, another place to do some more drugs, just bombarded with the visuals and the arguments and the hostile dialogue, and
no place like the tempo never drops. It's at 200 BPM for an hour and 20 minutes.
And that's true, but I think in this movie in particular, that is again a benefit to the story, or at least it supports the ideas being presented.
I think
so. That's the thing where it's like, even where it falls short, it still succeeds because of those shortcomings.
I think it's good in this movie. I will say, so I just watched Jimmy and Stiggs with friend of the show, Matt. And after that movie ended, Matt was like, I'm exhausted. And it's, again, like an 80-minute movie. And it has that same tempo, but it's just like a more underwritten, overperformed script, I think. So like by the end of that, you're exhausted in a way that's like not necessarily satisfactory. Whereas like at the end of this movie, you're a little exhausted, but in a way that I found to be pretty satisfactory. Like I enjoyed the overall arc and like theme of the story, and I thought the performances were pretty solid. Like I was really, really surprised and also shocked that this was a vampire movie. I had no idea.
Me too.
Took a while to get there.
It did take a while. I
kind of thought that we shouldn't have said vampire before the spoiler warning, but we did.
Yeah. It was a nice surprise. And once that turn got there, and you realize they were kind of treating vampirism as like, an allegory for addiction. It's not necessarily something new. We've seen that kind of thing before, but I thought it sort of cycled through Joe Begos's lens, made perfect sense. It just made sense for kind of where he's coming from. It seems like maybe he's known people who struggle with addiction, or maybe he has. So like to channel that through vampirism, just, I don't know, made sense.
Well, it's not just that. Like the thing is, like it fits perfectly. It fits perfect with the idea of vampirism in my mind, like as metaphorical approach, because it's not just the drug usage, it's the life of being a commissioned artist, the life of trying to exploit your own brain chemistry into creating things that you can then sell and survive on. Like there's a lot of like avenues that this story actually touches on, And I do think that it's beneficial ultimately. I do think it all works together. It marries well with the vampirism thing. So well, in fact, that I was not 100% sure it was happening until I wasn't sure. Like, and the other thing is like, because they're going through because she's going through like these hallucinations and things already, it's tough to discern whether the movie's telling me she's going insane or turning into a vampire or both. And I think it's both by the end of things. I think it's pretty clear it's both. I love like that tether back and forth that I went through to get to the point of finally being at the end point and seeing how things ultimately work out. I think it works really, really nicely.
I was tired and really losing my patience with this film until it was finally very clear about the vampirism. And then it really pulled me back in, which was nice because for a while, I thought it was just the whole I'm doing drugs, I'm losing control of my mind, I'm going crazy aspect. But I really liked the ties to vampirism and the modern type of vampirism that we see now, to the life of decadence. And, so then I was thinking about earlier scenes, and I was thinking about that guy, Ronnie or whatever, he's kind of European. And so I was thinking about the kind of ties that they're drawing that you didn't know when you didn't know it was a vampire
Dante,
film.
the fucking art critic.
Yeah, Dante and stuff like that. And I thought, oh, that's quite clever, honestly. And then even too, I liked the
but it could also be just coincidence of somebody going insane until they say
exactly
like, no.
These are vampires.
And then it goes as far as to blow her fucking head off with an incredible effect. So it was great.
But I did like the idea of the we see her with the drugs and, like you were saying, using it to kind of do her job or to clear her mind or to clear her stress or to live or to function. But I like the idea of tying the blood into it because you've already lived with this woman and these feelings. And even if you haven't faced a kind of addiction like this, I think that he puts you in her skin very well, like why she's dealing with this and what the drug is like. And then it ties to the idea of her friend Courtney saying, like, this is a habit you can't kick. You got to more lean into it of the craving or the need that she has for the blood. I thought that was really clever. For for as many vampire movies as we've seen and different takes that we've had on vampirism. Last year I covered Only Lovers Left Alive with Caitlin. This is almost like the inverse of that. Plug it up. This is kind of where that one is a very slow, relaxed. We have all the time in the world because we're vampires, so we're just gonna like lounge around. Whereas this is kind of like the opposite of that, but kind of living in the same kind of worlds. There's a character from that movie who kind of lives their life just like this. And so I was thinking, and then she's from LA. She comes to Detroit from LA. And I was thinking about this character in that kind of role. And I like this kind of take on this modern vampirism of the craving and stuff. It's pretty good.
It's smart, and it's smart to conceal it. I really appreciate that this starts out as a just like a woman dealing with the psychological stress of her job in the worst, most self-medicating way possible. And then that slowly giving way to wait, that can't be just what this is. And then eventually it just will fully reveal. Like, it's just a smart way to reveal this topic. And like, I think you said, Bob, it's just not, as far as I've seen, been done quite like that before.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of an original take on a sort of familiar trope.
It's hard to find fresh territory in the vampire world.
It is. It really is. I think the visuals in this, though, when like she's painting in those like fugue states, I think it's shot really beautifully. And especially at the end when she's got like everybody that she's killed sort of like crawling towards her and mimicking the painting that she's been working on throughout the entire movie. It's just, it all comes to like gorgeous. It comes to like a beautiful sort of head, and then she just fucking explodes, and like her blood spattering on the painting is like the finishing touch, the finishing brushstroke. And it's just like strangely artistic in the way that it ends, and like kind of poetic. I love that.
Yeah, well, yeah, sequence. It's a poetry of like destroying yourself for art. and for your masterpiece. Like it's like it couldn't be clearer. It's arguably too blunt, but I didn't mind it.
I kind of wish more that because it was so red that she was incorporating the blood into the painting more throughout the film to kind of capture that feeling. But one thing I was thinking, when you take this kind of position where the art is the central idea of what's driving the film and the character at this point, I almost wanted it more of like a Pulp Fiction. I think you almost, because when you have something like this where everybody who comes to experience it starts to, oh my God, oh, this is your masterpiece, and you're such a great artist and stuff like that. But you show it, then it kind of disconnects the audience, because I'm looking at it thinking like, oh,
you mean like the golden suitcase where you don't see
where
like
you almost like
reveal it.
They almost should have like shot it from the back of the canvas, where you don't really know what the painting is.
When you see it happen in real life, you pivot and see it on.
Maybe.
I think that's maybe a little too tropey for me. I think that at this point, like for a movie like this, I was happy to see some kind of interpretation, and an interpretation that to me it didn't disconnect. I thought it like was a pretty good fulfillment of the promise of like a demonic painting. Ultimately, like a painting, like her victims are painted into it. Both their faces and their blood are painted into it. Her blood is spattered on it. It's like she has created a dress out of bodies and for herself. She has created art for herself out of these people's lives. I don't know, man. Like I find it poetic enough, and the visuals are strong enough for me. Like the painting looks like a real painting. It doesn't look like, like somebody was paid $50 to do a prop painting real quick.
No. Stick figure.
No, it looks legit.
It's not chintzy. You could argue that like it's not as the mystery is still more enticing of like what it could be. I could understand that, but I've seen that done more often over the years. And I kind of appreciate that this one didn't go that way and instead just laid it out there and said, like, this is what the painting is. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. It tells the story of how she got to that point. And it like the more she leans in, as it were, the more it gets completed until she fucking dies doing it. I don't know. It works.
Have you guys seen The Devil's Candy?
No.
I have not, no.
It's a very similar kind of movie. I think this is a little more successful than that one, but it's essentially an artist creating this demonic painting and being overtaken by, whatever. If you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but I think this is a little more successful than that, but like extremely similar in theme.
I thought that Black Swan was pretty similar to this in the same way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Kind of, yeah. I haven't seen that in a movie, and that's another one we haven't covered yet. We still got a lot of Aronofsky films we need to go through.
We just can never stop. We just got to keep going.
We got at least 3 more years till we get to that 666, boys.
And then we're done.
God.
And then our promises are fulfilled, and we ascend to a higher plane.
Yeah.
AI.
AI will happen way before 3 years.
How about these clowns in Congress? What a bunch of clowns.
We could probably check out in another 3 months if we want.
Yeah,
AI
probably. Yeah, 600 is in about another year. I think we can have an AI episode by 600.
Oh, for sure.
Man,
that's really what we're
assuming. This isn't
our
one,
goal.
and we aren't.
I would actually,
right
I
now.
would find it
style.
hilarious to listen to a full episode of Straight Chillin'.
I genuinely would too.
I think it would
totally worth the square acre of
I want to see what my hot
wetlands to
takes
do
are
it.
going to be.
I think it would freak me out. I think I would hate it. I
might like it better
than our actual show.
Juice has some
This
really
is
good
step
points.
1 to Justin eventually
me's
getting a
onto
sex
something.
robot with his own AI personality on it. That's where we're headed with this conversation.
This AI
would
juice
love
is
to.
fucking on it, son.
He is
I just
sexy.
presented as myself.
God.
I don't even know
This
how to
is my
think
one true
anymore.
self.
We never talked to Justin again. We just never did. It's a robot.
He's just going to be in a room somewhere banging a robot of himself.
Damn.
Oh, God in heaven.
I want to suck your butt.
The robot's
I didn't know that.
Is the
you
robot
have
saying
a
that to
Transylvanian
you?
mode on this AI?
Are you sucking the robot? What's happening?
That is what you are sucking the robot.
It's a clean butt. The robot is the cleanest butt. All right.
This is the most meandering episode.
We're going to rate it. We're rating it out of 5. Let's do it. We're doing it. We're landing the plane. Ray and Diesel, how do you feel about Bliss out of 5?
Yeah, it's another movie that I'm glad that we have talked through before I gave a score, because I think I would have been maybe a little more medium on this on first blush. I think that like some of the acting seems a little wooden at times, even though again we talked through that. There's a weird push and pull with the acting and the dialogue and authenticity versus, I don't know, whatever, heightened authenticity, whatever it is. I think that there's like something really authentic about this movie overall, more so than Christmas Bloody Christmas and more so than a lot of movies. I think that it hits on a few very interesting ideas that could be the point of the movie all on their own, but it manages to weave a few things in. Things that are of interest to me. I think it does it fairly poetically. I think it does it beautifully to look at and very stylish. So I don't know. I think that I'll go as high as a 4.25. I might go higher one day. Who knows? Or lower. Who knows? I'm also smoking. So
4.25 from you boy, Randoozle. Soju, how do you feel?
I'm going to go much lower than that, mostly just because, like I said, I think this is accomplished to a degree. I still think it has its faults. I just don't. While it might be authentic, this writing style feels very limited to me. The dialogue, it's very limited, and he's doing the best with what he can with his kind of like lower budget aesthetic, but it's still limited. And yeah, I don't know. It's just not really the style that I prefer. And I was kind of tired by the end. And while it had some good ideas, like I never really want to watch this again. And I feel like it's going to be one of those movies where I'm going to forget a lot about it pretty quickly. I'm going to have a hard time remembering a lot of the key points about his film in just like a month. So it's one of those movies. And yeah, it just felt like a lot of time too, because I feel like I did give this movie quite a lot of praise throughout our review. So a lot of the negatives too, it just felt like a lot of back and forth. I felt like I just kept going back to the same places. We go to our apartment, we go to that dude's house, go to some nasty bar, we go to our apartment, we go to that dude's house, we go back to some nasty bar. She's on the phone again. She's dry. Like it felt like a lot of just back and forth until I really was pleased and happy with when we landed in the vampire world. And then that became the driving idea about it, because I was just too tired about the idea of this struggling artist. 45 minutes in, where we just keep pushing this idea and nothing really seems to change or develop in any kind of meaningful way. So yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, I think this is a much better version of what Rob Zombie's trying to do. Not necessarily for me, but I appreciate somebody doing it well. So I'm going to give this a 3-star plus. We got a ton of Yabos in here, so that's going to bump it up a scotch for a 3.5 for me. Bob, out of 5, where are you going to rate this one?
Bullshit. Derivative.
I was curious about your Yabo rating, because I'm pretty sure every time you see a Yabo in this movie, it's like soaked in blood, and I know that's your kryptonite, so that is still just a half star, period.
Not every time.
Sure. No, yeah, they had like a regular old threesome.
Just a regular old threesome. One of those run-of-the-mill Tuesday night threesomes.
One of those pretty standard,
just one of those Tuesday night threesomes.
One of those things you do after church, 8 p.m.
After church and Cracker Barrel, you just take her back to the house with all of her friends.
Have some church, some Cracker Barrel, some threesome.
I mean,
you drink some Sacramento wine and you get to business. You got work
practicing
to do.
what you preach. You know what I'm saying?
That's right there.
The holy goddamn Trinity. Yeah, this movie is a good time. It's a good time.
Hot tub Christianity.
Oh my Lord.
We're starting the sex cult tonight. Sign up on Patreon.
You're a couple years late on
Patreon. Sign up. Yeah, this is my favorite Joe Begos movie.
do that.
Sign.
Just slide into my DM.
Don't.
We don't want a paper trail.
No,
Your DMs are a paper trail. I just want to point that out.
a paper trail. It's all digital.
Paper is not digital.
Paper's not. This is the best Joe Begos movie I've ever seen. This is my favorite Joe Begos movie. It's got that dive bar aesthetic that I like. It definitely, even though it's very, very short, it does feel like it's a little padded out. There are certain scenes where like we see her go over to like her agent's house, and like it doesn't really matter much. Her agent comes over to her house. It doesn't really matter much. The person that like owns the gallery that she's like having her show in comes over to her house, and doesn't really matter much. There's a lot of like just random interactions or whatever. But at the end of the day, I had a good time watching this. The vampire aesthetic was like really, really solid, and it reminded me a lot of stuff that we'd seen before, like The Lost Boys or Addiction, or The Devil's Candy, like I already mentioned. But it's like a nice blend of those things, and it was kind of a pleasant surprise when you found out these people were just vampires. Also, like her being introduced to like that record exec, it just doesn't really amount to anything. I feel like maybe they could have built upon that. Maybe he was like the head vampire or something, and maybe that was the case. They just didn't show it in the movie, whatever. Overall, mostly good performances. Yeah, I like it. It's a 4. It's a straight 4 out of 5 for me. Would have no problem rewatching it whatsoever. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Way to go, Logan.
You know what? Speaking of Logan, really quick, this did in moments kind of remind me of Raw. She picked Raw before, and there were kind of elements about it that reminded me of Raw as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Creeping insanity. Yeah, that's a thing.
Cannibalism.
Story of my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cannibalism. That's going to put our aggregate
Been eating all that ass, Bob. That's
calorie free, my boy. Calorie free.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to put our
calorie
aggregate
free ass. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Maybe you're just eating it wrong, brother. That's going to be a 3.9 for the aggregate.
Mine's always covered in chocolate, so there's a lot of extra calories there.
Mine's covered in Brussels sprouts, so it's
real healthy.
helpful. I eat a healthy salad every night.
Healthy helping of ass.
Yeah, I don't drench mine in the ranch. I know how you kids over in South Korea.
I love that ranch ass. Yeah, South Korea loves ranch dressing. Famously,
it's their
home of ranch dressing.
South Korea.
No, I'm afraid that they wouldn't approve of that at all.
That's a fancy flapjack, if I do say so myself. 3.9 for the aggregate there. Yeah, that's it. I think we're jumping over to our Rotten Tomatoes segment. What do the critics and users have to say? I don't know. What do they have to say? I don't know.
Certified.
Really had to chew that scenery, Bob. All right. Here we
Chewing
go.
it.
This is a Rotten Tomatoes segment in which I'm going to have these gentlemen guess, within the best of their personal abilities, what the aggregate positive score is for both critics and users for Bliss. On RottenTomatoes.com, there is a tomatometer, or the critic score, and a poopometer, or the user score. We're going to start with the critic score, as we always do. There are only 43 reviews listed here. 43 reviews counted in the aggregate. Soju, we'll start with you today. What percentage of those 43 reviews would you expect to be positive reviews?
Oof, I don't know. That's a small sample size, but also I don't think this kind of aesthetic and vibe typically goes well with the critics. I think they might see it as a little too lowbrow. So I'm going to go a little lower, but not too low. I'm going to say 55.
55.
55.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, 55 from our boy Soju. Bob, bring up the rear here. Over, under. What you thinking?
I'll bring up the rear. Don't you worry about it.
You always bring up the rear.
I think I'm going to take the over. I'll just take a flat 60, please.
60%. All right. So 60% from Bob, 55% from Soju. There is a pretty significant gulf between you guys and the right answer here. 20, what is it? 25 percentage point difference. Is that right? I might be doing the math a little wrong. Or right around there.
I'll throw it for you as soon as you tell me the score.
Okay, thank you. I can't speak and calculate at the same time. Not something I'm capable of. I shouldn't be running this segment or driving. Yeah, so the correct answer is, out of those 43 reviews, 86% thought this was positive. That's
a 26% difference.
26%.
Damn, dude, you're a genius.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my Lord!
Congrats.
I think it's about
you can calculate like you haven't been vaping weed for the past hour.
I know, that's so weird.
Randy, are you one of those rap singers?
Oh God!
Nice callback, Bob. Up top.
Oh, I should have taken the boys. Damn, I missed out on taking the boys.
Today the boys take you.
Oh my God. All right, man. This is taking such a turn. We're going to go now to our critic score, or the poopometer. There are over 100, just 100 ratings in the critic score here, which is surprisingly low for users, in my opinion. And we're going to go in reverse order. Bob, out of those 100 plus reviews, what percentage would you guess are positive reviews?
I have no fucking
I thought you froze for a second.
I don't know what to do. I'll take the...
It's high stakes shit.
I'll take a 77.
77. All right. That gets you into heaven. That's what I heard.
I heard that too.
All right, Soju. Bring up
Going
the rear
lower.
here.
75.
Ooh,
75%.
There's a possibility.
You aiming for that 76, Ty? I'm sorry to say that you will not be hitting that today. But let's see. You are significantly closer. You guys are 14 percentage point difference between you and the correct answer. Let's see if that's
calculating.
Right. I need complete silence or I cannot subtract. The correct answer is, of course, 61%. Soju's going to just edge that out.
Ooh, he's
just edge that right on out.
He's edging me.
I'm going to make a super cut of just Randy saying edging.
It will be 6
comes out
hours
a
long.
lot. It comes up a lot.
You know? So if you gotta live life on the edge, that's what they say.
That's what they say.
Well, congratulations. You swept this week. Sneak in a yeet at your leisure.
But yeah, hell yeet. No sweep.
All right.
Rob got the first one. It's a skeet and yeet.
Did I get that wrong? Yeah, I got that wrong. I had your scores backwards in my brain. I had them written down backwards on
in your brain. You wrote it down.
I wrote it down wrong.
No. I said it. I don't know. Fuck it. We're going. We're barreling forward with abandon. Let's go.
Barreling forward.
All right. We're going to read a couple of negative reviews and see if they're any fun. Here's one. If you ever want a handy argument against the cinema of sensation, hysteria, and excess, then Bliss is it.
Boo.
Boo this man.
Boo.
One more time.
Boo. Ernst.
All right.
I said
last
boo,
one I'll read. Hampered by a meandering, repetitive screenplay and thematic shallowness. But it's hard not to be impressed by Madison's committed, unhinged performance. Yeah. I don't know if I agree with that entirely. I can understand the point of view of, like, you made the argument for a somewhat meandering screenplay, which I think is reasonable.
Yeah,
thematic
I think
shallowness, you can make that argument, but I like it.
I mean, it's nothing new. If you haven't seen a lot of movies like this, then it could be really fresh. But it felt fresh enough, I thought, and I thought the lead performance was solid, honestly. So, no,
that we agreed with. So, Well, no, he complimented that.
Oh,
part.
well,
But,
he can still eat some shit.
Oh, okay.
Just a
All
little
right.
bit.
Offer it up.
Just nibble on little pieces.
Throw some ranch on there.
Oh man.
The South Korean way
Yeah.
of eating shit.
Bob.
Good
Dunked in
Lord.
ranch. Sorry. Sorry to all of our South
All right.
Korean listeners.
That's-
I don't mean it.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
Hey, Bob, what's next? You got some trivia for us?
Nah, there's no trivia. Let's talk Cooter of the week.
Straight chillin'. Cooter of the week.
Juice, what is a Cooter? Why are they covered in ranch?
Oh, Cooter's character type. And a straight chillin' exclusive. Cooter has to hit 3 of these 5 points to be considered a Cooter. We want the Cooter with the most points. The 5 points of Cooterdom are sexual deviance, manipulation, smug arrogance, overall look and attire, and overall patheticness. Boys, I feel like this movie is probably filled to the brim with Cooters.
Well, it's filled with people that you would normally presume to be Cooters, but I kind of feel like there's at least a few of them that dodge the bullet.
Whoa. All right, dodge them. Let's see. Oh man, I don't even know who to pick as the top dog.
Courtney?
Let's start with
Maybe
Courtney.
Courtney. Okay.
She's the most brazenly evil out of everyone, I would say, in this movie.
Manipulation, for sure.
Manipulation
for sure.
Smug
Yeah.
arrogance,
I mean,
I would say.
smug
yeah.
arrogance, patheticness. She
Pretty
gets
pathetic,
taken
yeah.
out.
She gets taken out after like talking all this shit about I'm gonna drink your blood in your face.
Yeah, so she hits enough already. Sexual
Looking at tire.
deviance.
I mean, sexual deviance. Like, I think sexual deviance to me means it doesn't mean just like having a three-way or whatever. It's got to be something a little more substantial. So,
Randy, that's not what
I just want to make that
saying.
very clear.
Speaking
that
of sexual
nobody is
deviance, I'm going to do a
confused.
quick aside here. Did y'all see that guy who's sniffing people's butts?
Yeah, the butt sniffer.
Dude, I guess I missed the butt sniffer.
Didn't I
Did
tell
you
you
see
that?
him
I thought I
doing
did.
it? And maybe you did. Did you see? But I saw
Did
a
I
video
see him? I
like
didn't-
last
is there
night or
video?
today. Some woman had separately, so he got caught later or whatever.
This
But-
is not in the movie?
No.
Okay.
This is real life. But she said she shot a video like before he got caught or whatever of him doing it to her in Barnes and Noble, where he was like pretending to tie a shoe and he like kept getting closer and closer. And she was like, there's this creepy guy who's like lingering around people. And she saw him like do it to somebody else in the thing
What the
too.
fuck, man?
Anyways.
No, this is.
I haven't seen the
That's
video, and I'm not sure I would
deviant.
like to. But yeah, that is the definition of sexual
But not
deviance.
threesome, no.
No, like I don't know what really. I guess you could argue that it's like
God
if
damn.
you're a vampire, and you have like a sex that is essentially like turning you into a vampire because they drink blood or whatever they do.
Hell
whatever they do.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like I
Juice's
guess you could argue
dream.
that makes it deviant, right? Because it's like having sex with somebody knowing
Yeah,
that you are
that's
sick
true.
and you are going
Well,
to get them sick.
It's definitely
Oh, man.
manipulation.
Yeah, definitely
yes.
manipulation.
So, like, I
Either
think-
way,
but
it's
then, yeah, that
manipulation.
is
I think they
kinda
all want to
deviant.
have sex. I don't think she wanted to be turned into a vampire necessarily.
I don't think it's a consent thing. Oh no, it is.
Was
a
it the
consent thing
sex
because
that did
she
it,
did not
though?
have consent.
No, I think
Well,
they
they
had
had-
bit her while they were having sex.
But I think that's
okay.
part of it. I think that
Yeah.
was part of it. Like that was part of the
Luring.
seduction to get you there.
That's
like
true, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I think if you go in
I
with
think
that
Courtney
intention,
either way
and, like,
hits enough.
I think
yeah.
I think
for
looking at
sure.
Tyre, she looks great.
Randy, so do
Randy.
you, Mr. Rap Singer. Damn.
Well,
Hot
I'm
damn.
Mr. Raps. That's
okay.
me in a nutshell.
Rap Singer
How about
Randy.
the bartender boyfriend? I forget his name.
Oh, I just love
I forget
him.
his name too.
Clive.
Yeah.
He's kind of pathetic.
He's
A
kind
little,
of
but, like-
amazing, though. Really, if you think about it.
Is he that pathetic? Like he's just like, I don't know. He's just kind of doing his thing. What's pathetic?
At the
about him?
beginning of the film, he's like,
He can't even wake up to his own alarm.
Can you?
and, like,
Can you drop
Oh,
me off?
that's
And then
right.
she's
I
like, I
forgot
gotta
all
be
about
gone in
cannot
like 10
take care of
minutes or
himself.
whatever.
Yeah, he's kind of a
not
loser,
taking care of
to be
himself.
fair.
I forgot all about that.
I
to be
just
honest.
love Jeremy
Um,
Gardner, but he's a loser his character's a loser. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Not the person.
Yeah, no. I know. I just thought maybe the argument would be the way he's like, you chose me to be your partner or whatever.
that's
That
lame,
could be
but
some
that was-
smug arrogance.
Yeah.
That's some smug arrogance and some patheticness because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
He's
not
fucking
reciprocated.
stupid. Like he's just
So yeah, patheticness and smug arrogance, manipulation.
No, I don't think he's manipulating anybody.
I think he's just riding
looking
the wave.
at tire.
He looks.
It looks like he needs a shower.
Well,
Everybody in this movie looks stinky.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
this movie smells.
I don't think he's a cooter. I think he's just
all right,
lame.
I think it's
just late.
Just I don't know.
just kind of a normcore man.
What about Desi? Wait, that's her name, right?
I think
Yeah,
Desi for sure.
Desi, smug arrogance. Yeah, when
Smug
she like
arrogance.
freaks out on him, she's like, "You've never created anything. You're a worthless piece of shit."
Yeah.
And
smug,
patheticness. Like she has
Well, the
multiple breakdowns. I mean, to be fair, she has no idea what she's dealing with.
Mental illness is pathetic.
It's like, well, having like
That's not what I said.
the cycle of addiction. I don't think there's a recovering addict that would disagree that it gets pretty pathetic at times.
Sure, no,
So,
That's fair.
I think that's
Yes, and she can't pay her rent. So I mean, come on.
and
Be a
I'm sure it's
responsible
very
adult.
reasonable, the rent.
Oh yeah, that
know.
studio is cheap.
It's like $100 or whatever.
Oh,
you
just
know?
$100.
100 yen.
And so smug arrogance, I think she hits patheticness. Sexual deviance.
I don't think so. I think she is up on the up and up with everybody that she engages with or gets engaged with. Unless I'm no, I don't think.
No, I think
No.
she's all right.
I don't think so.
Oh.
She's in the clear there. She's a very sexual person, but not.
Does she manipulate?
deviant, so.
I feel like she probably does at some point start manipulating people, right?
I don't know that she does. She kind of like
Now
just
that I remember.
reacts all the time. Like everything she does is kind of a
remember
reaction
that.
to what's in front of her.
She
Okay, so
could-
smug arrogance, patheticness is so looking at tires all we got left.
well, she looks good.
Yeah,
Sure.
she looks good for a lot of this movie. For a lot
Oh,
of
you
this movie.
boys, those standards there.
Okay. Hmm. Sure.
I mean,
I'm just razzing you boys.
blood soaked or otherwise, you know.
So
Rob, we know
I
your
guess she
preference is
doesn't-
blood-soaked. Let's
I
not
guess
front.
she does. Oh god,
I said, it seems
boys.
like Courtney's the best option here. I think.
Yeah, just Courtney, I
Yeah.
guess.
I
I
think
thought that.
so.
Well, I was thinking
This
like
is why I
everybody
was like-
acts. So you have like the agent is very Cooter esque.
Oh yeah, I
Cooter-esque,
forgot about the
yeah.
agent.
I feel like if we spent more time
He's
with
pathetic.
like the Courtney's boyfriend, he probably would have been Cooter. He's Cooter esque, and then I thought that we were going to get more Cooter vibes from the
There's some
the record
flare-ups.
executive. You know, I thought that was going to be some Cooter thing. So yeah, I think it's just a lot of Cooter vibes floating around. You know,
Yeah, but I think Courtney's
I think so.
the
That's-
true blue.
the bass
That's what I
player.
mean when I
of
say
the
I feel like there's a lot of
band
people that
was
you would
very
in most movies you would look at half of these people in this movie and
Yeah.
at gut level be like that's got to be a Cooter, right?
Yeah.
But then you go through the motions and there's just A, not enough detail, or B, not enough evidence, not enough like
You got to do
to
the
say about
math.
them.
You got to do it.
got to
you gotta do it, and you gotta do it while you're talking, and it's very difficult.
Got to.
It is.
All right. Well, we
Courtney's
did it, boys.
locked.
We got one.
We did it.
Yep.
Congratulations to us.
Yep, we sure did it. Everybody,
Clap
let's
ourselves
talk
on the back.
about what you've been watching, or
Oh yeah, let's talk about what we've been watching.
Hey gang, what you been watching?
Randy,
This is on the rails.
what have you been watching?
we are perfectly on the rails. The rails, we never left, we never deviated. What have I been
Our
watching?
math
So
is
actually, Clive,
perfect.
it's perfect. It's the best math. You'll never see better math. So, what you been watching? My list is pretty long this week. Actually, I did complete the main story of DK Bonanza, which was quite fun. The final boss battle on that is very enjoyable. But true to form, it opens up like another fucking 100 things to collect or whatever, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep going.
I bet you keep going.
I love it.
Till it's
like
going.
a wiener.
Keep sure.
It's very long this week. Next week, who knows?
Okay. Are we all set? You get that one out
for now.
All right. Finished up the season of Poker Face. Finally, it took a long time to get through that. Just because we were taking them bit by bit. But I really like that show a lot. It's very minor stakes mysteries. Very fun. The writing is good. The acting is good. There's always a fuck ton of people you recognize filling out the cast, guest spots, and so on. It's nice. Good show. Been rewatching a little bit of Review with Andy Daly. That show still rules. I watched the original Naked Gun. Did I bring that up last week or not? I couldn't remember.
I don't think so.
No, okay. So I forgot to put it on here at one point. The original Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen, and it is funnier than the remake. But it's also has some poorly aged things in there as well, of course, as happens. And really maybe a few clunkers in there, but like it's also not as like quick as I was expecting it to be. I feel like our pacing for comedy is generally just accelerated and like we need the jokes faster especially when it's really silly. So I don't know. I feel like there's I still feel like it's better. Like it's just funnier. It's just like Leslie Nielsen is just funnier to watch, but they compare. It compares favorably, but in some ways and disfavorably in others. All right, that's done. I watched Hell House LLC Lineage last night, and I have recorded a mini episode about it that is going to be coming out. So stay tuned for that information. Also, in preparation for that, and on the recommendation of somebody who called in, I can't remember who, I watched the other non-found footage film from fucking what's his name, the director of those movies. I'm blanking. But 825 Forest Road is the name of this film, and it is not found footage. It's a spooky movie though, and I would say it has some problems, but overall, like it has some real positive qualities as well. I was not super in love with it, but I didn't hate it either. I think it was reasonable. I feel like some people are gonna like really hate on it, and other people are gonna be totally keen on it, like medium our recommender was. Lose. That's the definition of, I think, for me. So those two, and then I just watched an episode of this documentary with Beck. That's like a 3-part documentary about the filming of The Biggest Loser, which I remember watching that show with my parents a lot when I was young. And so it was bringing back some weird nostalgia, not positive nostalgia, but weird nostalgia waves for me as they're talking about going into the reality of what they did to the people on that show. And it hasn't gotten like hyper. It hasn't gone anywhere I didn't expect it to go. But so far, there's some bleakness there for sure. So I'm a little interested to keep going, if only for the memories of it all. Which, man, I can't believe how much of that show we ended up watching in our house. It was shameful. Yeah, that's it for me. Soju, how about you?
I am still going through that King of the Hill season, and I'm really enjoying it. I like it pretty good. You had mentioned it before, but yeah, some of the voice acting is bothering me a little bit. Dale, I think, is the one that he died, I know, but like how did the replacement is weird, and they give him a lot of lines sometimes, and it's just it's a little too off for me, but in general, and Khan too.
He's those are both being done by the person who's doing both of those new voices I'm sorry, not both. He's doing Dale is Toby Huss, who did Cotton Hill originally. Okay. So they kind of, I think, wanted to bring him on as part of the family.
I gotcha. That makes sense.
I'm a little split on my opinion because of that.
Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. But
it also happens to be Artie, the strongest man in the world. For fun fact for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like though it's Hank and Peggy and Bobby. I love like adult Bobby. It's working really well. I like the storylines they're going with. Yeah, really happy with that so far. I don't know how many I'm on, like I've still got like 4 or 5 left to go, I think. I watched so I'll go ahead and shout this out even though I'm not sure when it's coming out, but I watched Tower of Terror from 1997, a Disney film, a Disney Halloween film.
I remember this movie.
Yes.
An ABC TV show.
Yeah,
film,
but it's
right?
a full movie. It's an hour and a half starring Kirsten Dunst and Steve Guttenberg. Yeah.
Fucking right.
And I'm covering it with Nicole on Light and Shadow. I picked it because I feel like it's like a very forgotten. It's set on Halloween, set around Tower of Terror, and she does her kind of like a classic, or not like your inspiration for foundational horror films. So I was like, oh, let's do this one since she loves Disney and stuff. So we're going to be talking about that on her podcast.
Nice.
That'll be coming out soon, her September episode, I believe. But yeah, so I watched it again this week. I loved it as a kid so much, and it's just kind of forgotten. It's not on Disney Plus. You can watch it on YouTube though. It is fully available on YouTube. Yeah, so I watched that, and you can hear me talk about that soon. The only other thing I watched was a Korean film from the same director who did that movie Burning from 2018, but this one was from 2010, and the movie is called Poetry. It's about a grandmother who is she just found out she has Alzheimer's, and she's already taking care of her grandson kind of by herself. She doesn't have a lot of money, and before she loses like her memory, she wants to learn how to write poetry. It's something she wanted to do since she was a kid before she's already starting to like forget words or whatever. So yeah, it's very sad, of course, but very good movie. So Poetry from 2010, watch that. That's all I've been watching. Bob, what you been watching?
Yo, not a whole lot this week from me. Rewatched Final Destination Bloodlines. It's currently on HBO Max. Still really fun. One of the better Final Destination movies, I think. And I also rewatched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. And I hadn't seen this for several years.
Since we covered it, huh?
Probably since we covered it 10
it's not
years
bad.
ago, maybe? Like a long time ago.
Roughly, yeah.
It's fucking good, man.
Well.
It's very good, I think. I just picked up the so Era Video put this out on 4K. I picked it up and so I watched it on 4K. I did my thing, cuz. And
now Jessica Biel, she's in that movie now. That's a good
Jessica
looking
Biel
lady right
is in
there.
this movie. She's very good. Arlie Ermy, I feel like, was born for this role. This like
He did good.
twisted highway patrolman. Just incredible. Like really,
I think he was born for his role as the coach in Saving Silverman personally. But to each their
well,
own.
I stand corrected. I think you are correct, Mr. Rap Singer. I think you're onto something. Yeah, this movie, when it comes to like the classic horror movie remakes, this was always towards the top for me. I think this rewatch like kind of cemented it as being the best in my opinion. Like I really don't know. Like the ending pales in comparison to the original, which, you know, hard to top, you know, but other than that, I think like they really capture the tension. The performances are great. It looks amazing.
Expanding the family, yeah.
Yeah, the changes that they make along the way aren't like crazy, but they make sense. I just really enjoyed it. So check it out if it's been a while since you've seen it. Texas Chainsaw remake. Really solid. That's about it for me, though. That's all I got. We do have a couple voicemails, so let's go ahead and jump over to our Hotline Screams.
Hotline Scream.
If you guys would like to call and leave a voicemail, for next week's show, hit us up at 904-638-3231. We got 2 voicemails this week. First up, we are hearing from the librarian. Let's hear what she's got to say.
Hey boys, it's the librarian. Hey howdy. So I forgot to call in for weapons and Orca, how could I? But the prompt was like, what's the scariest movie of all time? I'm calling in for that. Guys, it's the Poughkeepsie Tapes, hand down. I almost threw up during that movie. I watched it after my at the time girlfriend and I broke up, so she had just moved out. So I'm home alone for the first time in a year in my basement apartment, and I see the Poughkeepsie Tapes is finally streaming, and I go, oh! This is an infamous one that's never streaming. Let's throw it on. What could go wrong? Everything. Brother, my ass was glued to the floor. Like, I don't even sit on my couch. I was borderline the child in Poltergeist, just petrified against my TV. Could not look away, but desperately wanted to. I distinctly remember out loud saying to myself, all right, I've had enough. If there's more than 20 minutes left of this, I will shut it off. Go to check the timestamp. There was 15 minutes left, so I did, lo and behold, finish it, but at what cost? My sanity, my sense of safety. Yeah, I found out I can't do home invasion horror. I honestly still haven't rewatched the original Strangers. That movie fucked me up in high school. Honestly, I can't even watch Criminal Minds at night. Like, after 9 p.m., that show's off. So, yeah, the Poughkeepsie Tapes is, in my opinion, the scariest movie. I do not plan on ever rewatching it, so have a good one. Bye!
You guys reviewed that, right? I've still not seen it.
We did.
Oh yeah, we did.
thought
I wonder
you
who
were
guessed it on that one then.
Interesting.
No, I still
Somebody
haven't seen it, and I don't know much about it, but I have heard similar. Like, I guess it's pretty infamous for being
it's worth a
gruesome
gander.
or bleak
I
or
think-
something.
I
don't
think
know.
because you love found footage, I think you would really like
And
it.
yeah, I did know
actually.
that about it. Yeah, I'm interested.
I don't like it. We covered it so long ago that, I mean, there's only a few key scenes that I remember. But it would be worth revisiting.
It's spooky.
I thought for some reason, and I had it in my mind that Juice, you did not like it at all. And I
remember like
it
it being like really talked up, and I didn't think it was as scary as people kept saying that it was.
Maybe a little overhyped.
I think maybe you calling it the poop tapes made me think you were
maybe
derogatory towards it.
Oh no, I think I was just being me.
It's freaky, but it's one
Just
of those.
being myself.
It's one of those movies where like some people find the original Paranormal Activity horrifying, and some people can sleep through it. It's like one of those things where like it kind of
Or
hits
like
you, or it
Blair
doesn't.
Witch. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you're
I
a
know
found
the
footage
phenomenon.
boy, so I think you'd like it.
Okay. Yeah, sold. I'll have to check that out. Is it something that I should hold off for spooky season a little bit deeper into that, you think?
Maybe it was
you're
just
the
me and
keeper of the
Bob.
calendar.
Hang on, here's the behind the episode 197.
That's a while ago, man.
I'm sure it's not like
Halloween centric. No,
but if
No.
it's that scary,
it is
maybe I'll
spooky.
hold on to it for a minute.
Wait for 1 week and then watch it, because then it's straight spooky.
It's
season.
been okay.
1
great.
week since
Just
you
me and
talked with
Bob.
me.
Just me and Bob.
That's wild. Just the
Yeah.
two. Just the two
Just
of
the two.
us.
We did that.
We're
we've
just
done that
hitting
a
those
couple
millennial
times.
songs tonight.
I think we also
You
did
guys
that
wanna
with
go
that Del Toro movie about the circus. What's that movie called?
Nightmare Alley.
Yeah, Nightmare Alley. Yeah.
Dude, that's coming out on 4K from Criterion.
Whoa, that'll look good in 4K.
Dude, oh my God. Oh my.
Oh, when's Frankenstein coming out, by the way?
This November. We're talking about it, dude. We're
Oh, good.
reviewing it. It's like I think the second week of November.
Good.
I believe.
All right.
It's getting like a really small theatrical release in October. They haven't actually announced how many theaters, but I think they're doing that thing where like it's going to be in like 3 fucking theaters just so that it can win Oscars, basically. And then it's going to be on Netflix the second week of November.
Gotcha.
So we'll probably cover it
that.
in November.
I'm gonna check that shit out in theaters, bro.
Dude, I mean, if it's anywhere around, yeah, I would love to, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see what they're doing. Fucking Netflix. Those motherfuckers.
Oh, actually, you know what? Here in they have those little shops that sell
dildos.
The concessions, the movie theater concessions, but they also rent out these like theater style rooms, and you can. So even if it's on Netflix, you can watch it in a kind of theater setting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Get a squad together, and we'll go watch. And it's only like you pay the same price that you would pay for a movie ticket, but for the whole room. So maybe you rent it out at like $15 an hour or something like that. So it's like. For a 2-hour movie, it's like $30 or something.
You're just gonna make money on that shit. Hell yeah!
Just have a room with a TV. Who knew? It works.
Hell yeah! Thanks for calling, Librarian. We love hearing from you. Glad you got the shit scared out of you. One more. We're gonna be hear from. I think I've been pronouncing his name Naus, but I think it's Nos. I think Nos is correct. We're going to hear from a lovely human being. What do they got to say?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Nas. I just listened to your I Know What You Did Last Summer episode, and man, that movie sucked ass, bro. It's, I don't know. I went with my girlfriend to the theater to see that. We were the only ones in the theater. Like, that should have said enough. But I wore my straight chilling shirt. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wear that shit because this is gonna be maybe a banger ass movie. But like, we watched the first one before we went. And I was not a fan of the first one. To be honest, it was like, for a short movie, that movie was way too long. But then the third or the new one is it's so bad, man. Like, you got Fred from Scooby-Doo. You make him the bad guy. Why you got like he came on screen, and I had to ask my girlfriend, who the fuck is that? And then she said it's the guy. And I was like, oh, I didn't even recognize him. That's crazy. But then, like, also the other girl for like I don't even remember her name, Stevie, I think it was. Like, no way she was. No, I knew there was going to be two killers, but I didn't know who they were. I was like, no way. That one guy, the Bobby guy, like tackled the fisherman, and I was like, no way, this skinny girl got tackled by a big ass dude and got up like it was nothing. Like, okay, but yeah, that movie like sucked ass. And then I also listened to the Orca episode, and then I had all that information about orcas in my head, and I just needed to lose them, so I just went downstairs and told my mom, orcas are mommy children. They stay with their mothers and they fuck. And my mom was like, yeah, you could learn a thing from them. And I was like, well, what the fuck, Mom? I fuck? What the hell do you mean? But then, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I Know What You Did Last Summer sucked. Orca was a great podcast. I enjoyed it. Keep chilling, guys. Bye-bye.
I don't know what to make out of that.
I'm not sure I follow the thought process there, but I appreciate the call.
Just getting dunked on by her mom. We've all been there.
Why don't you go get laid, you pussy? Okay, Bob. Sorry.
We've all. I mean, we're from the South. We've been dunked on by our mothers. Let's be real.
Bob, I know you've been dunked
I don't know
on
this
by your mom every day.
God.
I don't think Bob knows what he's saying.
The old battle axe.
Mom says.
Oh, man.
Bob is calling his mother a battle axe. I'm calling her right now. I'm telling her.
She would love for you to call her right now.
Let's get her on the horn. I'm going to call her with the straight chilling voicemail number.
Love it so much.
We're going to do it.
Oh, thanks for calling, Nos. Yeah,
let's get Bob some shit, Mrs. K.
Oh my God,
K.
It would make.
You know what he just called you? You're not going to believe this.
He
called
old
you
battle
a dirty
axe.
Old battle axe.
Dirty,
rusty,
filthy,
old, dirty,
whorish battle axe.
Bob, that's your mother.
That's what Bob said.
He said this. He said
you literally
said
it.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You just validated
Got
the
it
lie.
on video and
didn't
audio.
Say it. I said nothing of
This
the
is
sort.
gonna live on forever.
My
The
mother
AI
is a
has this
saint.
now, Bob. The AI thinks you call your mom a whorish.
It's like if I said to Bob, I'd never call you a failure.
I love my mother. She is one of my favorite people in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Take that, AI.
Yeah.
Take that.
I was going to take that.
Yeah. Thanks for calling, Nos.
Its job is to take that.
We know you
Thanks,
fuck.
Nos.
Your mother definitely knows you fuck because you told her, which is maybe a little weird. Maybe just like a little weird. I don't know. I don't know.
That was not.
I don't know. But we know you fuck. We know you fuck. Yeah, the original I Know What You Did Last Summer is
It's rough being the only.
Justin, you're not a good babysitter. Let me just tell you.
Dude, I am not. I'm not babysitting
Hey,
your
man.
asses.
Don't sit my baby. Don't do it.
What? Let's move right on.
The original I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's not great, and like the need to bring back legacy characters, like we was talking about what's his face coming back and not even recognizing him. Like, yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. did not need to
fucking
come
800
back.
years.
Nobody cares. It doesn't matter.
Eight more members of the Freddie Prinze lineage. Freddie Prinze the Eighth just got born last week.
And then to make him a bad guy, like he was the hero, and then to make him the villain, it just doesn't make sense.
These are spoilers, by the way.
It's not, but like, who the fuck cares, right? Maybe some people. Maybe some people. It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense. And your boy Nas
Let's re-review it
is
right
correct.
now.
He's correct. So,
all right.
Thanks for calling in, and thanks for fucking.
Yeah.
Sure.
There you go.
Whatever wraps this segment sounds great.
All right. Well, hey, if you guys would like to call and leave a voicemail for next week, and I know you do, hit us up at 904-638-3231. We're going to be back next week with a brand new show as always. We're talking about, it's another host pick, actually, and it is your boy Bob's pick. We're talking about a little movie called Joyride from 2001.
Thought we were talking about this like 4 weeks ago.
You did. You spilled those beans.
Ooh, cool. Joyride. Oh, this is the lost episode.
It
Straight
is.
Chillin'.
Yeah.
We reviewed this before, but nobody ever heard it.
Yeah. It was like a
This is the
corrupt
movie we
file.
tried to reboot, like when we did the very first with all the new
Tradition that we
equipment
all
and
lose
stuff.
the first episode of every.
Yeah, no, it was.
Yeah.
We really did. We recorded
that's
it with all the new equipment and lost the audio file, or it was
I
fucked
forgot
up.
all
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, we couldn't use it.
Well done.
Finally
It's
coming
crazy
back.
that happened both times. That's so weird.
You know, when we're 60 and we do the requel of this podcast, we're gonna have to fuck up.
We
the
bring
first
back
one.
Freddie Prinze. It's gonna be great.
Our famed co-host Freddie Prinze.
Oh, he'll be in his 70s by then. Oh, boys.
Yeah, it's fine. He'll be fine. It'll be great.
Well, this has been a productive and salient conversation.
Yes, call in, leave voicemails. Juice, to your point, a month ago, I think you posed a question to call in with like road trip stories.
Yeah, best road trip stories.
Yeah.
Straight God damn it.
I wasn't typing in the type. I wasn't typing in the SAS bar, was I?
Oh my god.
That is
Yes,
best.
please call in with your best road trip stories, or craziest, or worst, whatever. Road trip stories.
Call in with your best Steve Zahn stories.
Steve's on road trips. If you ever had a road trip with Steve's on, you have to call in.
We want to hear about it. We want to hear about it ASAP.
Yeah, road trips. I mean, I feel like everybody out there has had like a wild road trip story. It's pretty common, I think. Hit us up.
So
904-638-3231. People have cars and drive to places. That's not that privileged. Hit us up. Also, watch Joyride from 2001. Get ready for next week's show. We're on all the socials. Straight Chilling Podcast. Just search it. We'll pop right up. If you'd like to join in the daily Slack channel conversations, hit us up in one of the social media outlets, and I'll send you a link so you can join in on the fun. And until next week, as always, everybody please keep chilling.
This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?